Jake and Logan Paul just faced off. This fight is actually happening. As you've probably already seen, Jake and Logan Paul both posted this photo onto the social media.
It's tremendous promotion. It's tremendous promotion for something.
Then he shouldn't do it. But if he's going to sign up, I don't have to be the one to lose. And bro, it's like, it's me and Mike hug after.
Yes, you heard it right. The internet just exploded over the Jake Paul versus Logan Paul fight officially confirmed for March 2025. Just when you thought these two couldn't pull off a bigger circus act after Jake's highly questionable showdown with Tyson, they go ahead and outdo themselves with this family feud turned cash grab.
Who are you fighting next? Me?
Yeah, I'll fight you.
You would fight me?
Why not? You're tiny.
I feel like ruining my little brother's boxing career would be so bad.
And after digging into the real reason behind this fight, I'm seriously questioning if ethics, shame, or even basic human dignity still exist. And do you know the worst part? It's another Netflix drama, but this time, they switched platforms. It's going live on Max on March 27th.
March 27th on Max, it's Jake Paul versus Logan Paul.
And before we even get to the ridiculous details, let's clear one thing up. Logan Paul signed a partnership with Max way before Jake's oh-so-legit fight with Mike Tyson. So yeah, this is a full-scale PR masterclass designed to give Max its first major live streaming event, drive massive traffic, and promote the platform. That's why I'd say this whole thing has Paul Brothers marketing circus written all over it.
I think we can all decipher that it isn't a fight. The fact that it's on a Thursday, the fact that all it says is HBO Max, there's no information on where it would take place. Like, you're just going to drop a poster and that's how we're going to announce that a boxing match is happening.
Connor Burke said it right. They didn't even bother giving actual details. Just a flashy poster of them squaring up like it's a WWE promo, Logan probably pretending to be serious, and Jake casually flexing diamond-studded brass knuckles.
I think we can all decipher that it isn't a fight.
Now let's ask the real question. Is this even a real fight? Or are they just serving the internet another perfectly scripted social media soap opera? The announcement is beyond vague. No confirmation of rules, no official venue, no details about what kind of fight this even is. Boxing, MMA, WWE, bare-knuckle street fight in the backyard? No one knows. And guess what? That's exactly how they want it. Confusion builds hype, and hype builds money.
Who are you fighting next?
Everybody.
Me?
Yeah, I'll fight you.
You would fight me?
Why not? You're fucking tiny.
I'm taller than you.
You're still tiny.
ESPN sources are already throwing shade. There's a very real chance this isn't even a legit fight. Instead, it might be some half-baked reality series, just designed to keep fans guessing, waiting for some big reveal that never actually happens. Because let's be honest, the Paul brothers don't sell fights, they sell drama. They know people love controversy. And what's messier than two millionaire brothers pretending to punch each other for clout?
I feel like ruining my little brother's boxing career would be so bad and mean.
And let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Jake Paul's recent fight with Mike Tyson. That whole Netflix event broke records. But was it real? A lot of people think it was a perfectly scripted performance that made Jake look like some kind of unstoppable warrior. And now, they're recycling the exact same formula. Swap out Tyson for Logan, swap out Netflix for Max, rinse and repeat. But here's what really doesn't add up. Why now? If these two ever wanted to fight, why didn't they do it years ago, when they were supposedly beefing for real like this time?
By the way, on the Misfits card, KSI's event promoted the fuck out of your fight against Nate Diaz. DAZN was not allowed to promote the Prime card? That's ridiculous. Whose ass was that? It was Nikisa's dude. Nikisa's on your team. He's not on Team Paul. He's on Team Jake.
The answer is simple. There was no money in it back then. Now they've built enough hype, faked enough rivalries, and got the internet so invested in their antics that people will buy into whatever they sell. This is not about proving anything. It's about milking their brand for every last penny. And honestly, at this point, it doesn't even matter if the fight is real. They've already won. They know the internet eats this stuff up, whether people believe it or not. hate watchers, super fans, skeptics, it's all the same. Because at the end of the day, the Paul brothers have mastered turning internet noise into dollar signs. And somehow, we all keep falling for it. And do you know what's hilarious? People are actually out here debating whether this fight is real. Like, we didn't just witness the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson circus a few months ago. That fight was hyped up as the biggest sporting event in Texas history, aired on Netflix in November 2024. And then the second it was over, everyone had the same reaction. Wait, was that even legit? This wasn't some underground conspiracy theory.
Mike Tyson just made a bag off of this Jake Paul fight. And I speak for everybody when I say that this was the most rigged fight I've ever seen.
Major analysts, former boxers, and millions of fans were side-eyeing the whole thing, watching replays in slow motion, trying to make sense of what they just saw. And let's be real, something felt off.
Mike Tyson really went in there, threw about 4 or 5 jabs and said, all right, I'm done. I just got the bag and I don't even care what happens.
We're talking about Mike Tyson, a 58-year-old man who hadn't fought professionally in 2 decades, stepping into the ring against a prime 28-year-old Jake Paul. And somehow people were supposed to believe this was a fair fight? Tyson, the same guy who used to obliterate opponents before the audience even had time to settle in their seats, was suddenly struggling to land a clean shot? And then, conveniently, just as Jake needed his big moment, Tyson magically ran out of gas? If that doesn't scream Hollywood script, I don't know what does. Sure, the numbers were massive. 65 million concurrent viewers, Netflix's biggest live streaming event ever, and a revenue pull of $18 million in Texas alone. But let's not pretend numbers have equal legitimacy. WWE sells out stadiums too, and we all know what's happening there. Tyson's punches were slower than usual. His movement looked unnatural. And let's be brutally honest. If this had been the 1995 version of Tyson, Jake wouldn't have lasted longer than a microwave timer.
What are you saying to the feedback on the fight that you're getting?
I'm not saying anything.
Nothing.
I don't need to say anything. You know, the people who understand the greatness of it and, you know, have their own lives and are happy with themselves, they're going to just show respect and show praise. It's the haters who are jealous and don't have anything going on in their sad and miserable lives, and they want to bring...
So how does Jake handle the backlash? By pulling the oldest trick in the book, distraction. He suddenly announces a fight against his own brother. And the logic? If you thought my fight with Tyson was fake, well, I definitely wouldn't rig a fight with Logan, right? That's the kind of reverse psychology that casual fans fall for every single time.
What do they want? They just want me to lose. That's the only way they would have thought it was entertaining.
I think there's a world where some people definitely wanted you to knock out Tyson.
Right.
But here's the thing. Why does he feel the need to prove his fights are real in the first place? If the Tyson fight wasn't a staged event, why not just ignore the critics instead of scrambling to stage a family boxing match to regain credibility? And this isn't even new behavior. The Paul brothers have been playing this game for years.
Sweet hair, it's all sweet hair, yeah. Well, you kept talking about shooting, dude. I thought we were going to get this right down.
Back in 2022, Logan made a big spectacle about wanting to fight Conor McGregor. He knew McGregor wouldn't take him seriously, but that wasn't the point. The goal was to generate headlines and milk engagement. Same thing with Jake and Andrew Tate. Months of social media drama, dramatic call-outs, endless back and forths, and then nothing actually happened.
What did you think the best course of action was for that?
You were giving all this stain of this, stain of that. You're f***ing control with the WWE as well. But don't be giving all this mega stiff.
I didn't hear the last 5 seconds.
That was in the air for us. Yes, bring it home for me.
It's 8 a.m. How?
This is the real deal, yeah? In front of you, you know that.
And that's the formula. Start fake controversy, let the internet explode, then quietly move on once the hype dies down. The McGregor and Tate fights were never meant to happen. They were just stepping stones in the Paul brothers' never-ending marketing playbook. But now the internet has had enough of the Paul brothers nonsense, and this so-called fight isn't fooling anyone. From sports analysts to boxers to MMA fighters and even other YouTubers, the reaction has been brutal. Nobody is buying it.
I'm okay with fighting my brother because I wouldn't have to be the one that dealt with losing. So seriously. So like emotionally, if that would scar him, then he shouldn't do it. But if he's gonna sign up, I don't have to be the one to lose. And bro, it's like it's me and Mike hug after.
Right.
And it's not just random Twitter trolls saying it. Actual legends of combat sports are openly roasting this entire stunt. MMA fighters and professional boxers are calling it the most obvious money grab in sports history, and demanding to know why Jake refuses to fight actual competition.
I think they get a bad rap. They do a lot of this stuff for the clout and the camera. I'll watch.
And that's a fair question. This guy built his reputation on fighting retired UFC fighters who had already checked out of the game. Tyron Woodley, Anderson Silva, Nate Diaz. And now, instead of finally facing a real boxer, he's going up against his own brother? That's not competition. That's content creation disguised as a boxing match.
It's this.
And people see right through it. And when fighters, analysts, and fans all agree on something that tells you everything you need to know, people see through the act. This isn't about settling some long-running sibling rivalry. It's about cashing in while they still can. The hype around influencer boxing is dying, and the Paul brothers know that. This fight isn't about proving who's the better boxer. It's about milking one last massive payday before people finally stop caring. But here's where it gets interesting. Even when everyone calls them out, they still win. They thrive on controversy. Hate watching still counts as a view. People tweeting about how ridiculous this fight is, that's just free advertising. The more the internet trashes it, the more attention it gets, the more people tune in, and the more money they make. Even with Jake Paul hyping it up, the fight is still in doubt. Subscribe to see how it all unfolds.